Today, guys, we are going to be trying out the very first extremely rough draft version of the Pay It Forward mod, which is the same mod I was running in Evacuation. I have got a few of the things taken care of, but this might possibly be the first version that comes out for everybody to use. But we're going to run it on a server to see how multiplayer interacts with it, to see if I need to change anything or add anything to it. I think the only thing I would want to change right now at this particular second for a server would be to make it to where trees respawn by themselves. I don't think in a single player it would be a good idea. Hang on, the cat wants out. I think for a server it would probably be a good idea just because it keeps people, especially if you have one spawn point and somebody comes through and knocks down all the trees. Like public servers, if they wanted to use the mod and somebody comes through and takes out all the trees and someone spawns in without the proper coat on, then they just die repetitively. It would not be a fun time. There are still a couple of things I haven't even started working on yet. But it's a start. I want to be able to put it up for people to be able to download and stuff, mostly as a way of just reserving the page for the final product. First off, for you guys, and for Bam, who's never played the mod before, the mod makes regular ground radioactive. Basically, it's almost as if at some point during the fight with the zombies, humans decided to try and use some sort of nerve gas, something or another, that somehow or another did not manage to affect the zombies, it affects the people. So there are certain blocks that are radioactive. Some of these blocks are actually inside buildings, and for the most part it is concrete that is okay, wood is okay to stand on, but all of the terrain blocks are not. Something else that it also changes, because of this, the whole point is to get off the ground floor and get up into buildings and stay there and try to create a civilization in order to try and get people to evacuate you. The way you attract someone to evacuate you is that you create a stable community, and the way you do that is you go up into the roof and you try and make a garden and all that kind of stuff like that. The later story bits are going to come later on. This is just the preliminary stuff. We do have the traders set to only open at night. They will not open during the daytime when the zombies are out and about. Of course, zombies are more dangerous at night, but there are new distractions for the zombies so you can get out at night. Jennings, thank you so much for the hello. How are you doing? How's the stuff? How's the things? I have no idea exactly how this is going to go. I have tested this in a single player thing. The evacuation series I have on YouTube is me trying to make and start this mod. This is the first time we're going to be playing it in a server to see how and if whether or not we need to change anything for multiplayer. So let's get in, and if you have any questions about it, let me know. Right now this mod is not currently publicly available because we are still testing. I will let folks know whenever we get to the point where it's good for people to try it out. Yeah. I just died.
Thought it was okay for the coat.
Oh, I see your body. Did you not put yourself on concrete like I told you to?
You told me I was okay with the coat there.
Wait.
I went and got some damn grass.
Oh my god.
But when I loaded in, the newbie coat worked for me.
Oh, it's working now. Why didn't it work 5 seconds ago? See, the game... 7 Days just knows that you have to die, so it's gonna go ahead and get one out of the way. Oh,
what
man.
did you think to the spawn point I picked? Everyone will spawn here.
Yeah, this works. The only problem is you're on the grass whenever you spawn in. Right now, the newbie code, as far as I could tell, the way that it's programmed, will only last until you're level 5. Okay, so what we need to do is this little section right here. Since we're spawning in with our newbie coats, we know we're going to spawn here again. We need to put wood blocks down in order to make it to where people don't die as soon as they spawn in later on. Oh! Yes. Sorry, Reaper. Why is it not working? The newbie coat should... It's like a split second before your newbie coat shows up, but the damage is so high it's killing you first.
Let's find out. I'm about to log in. I was fine yesterday. Did you have any problems yesterday, Reaper?
Nope.
Oh, and just so you know, it's got to be a full block you're standing on. You can't use like a short block in order to stand on top of the stuff. The radiation will go through it. I have pants. Cool.
Nope.
What? The...
That's exactly what it is. I spawned in fine, but the first time I spawned in, I immediately put my character off of the grass. Oh no. Run! Are you good?
I'm in the pool. I don't know. I'm in the water.
Where is the radiation coming
Starting
from?
over. Starting over. One story ends, another begins. I will need to change the spawn point then if you're putting blocks in. Just have to move it up by one
No,
block.
no. I've tested this on the server. I mean, on my personal playthrough, it just spawned me one higher.
Cool.
It spawned me on top of the blocks whenever I tried it. I mean, we can test it.
Oh, see, I have the death XP penalty protection. Let's test it. No, now I'm safe. It literally is just a split second. Where
Okay,
the server doesn't load
so-
the mods quick enough.
Yeah, apparently. How's the server? Oh, it's going uniquely. Yes. Yeah, I would definitely recommend for starters for us to try and figure this stuff out together. Because I need lots and lots of feedback about the stuff. Okay. So the concept of the pay it forward is each one of your characters is going to spawn back in with a container that's got leveled materials. So you're basically a secondary person who has survived for a little while and come back in. And you'll keep your points and stuff, but you will have to reallocate them. The way we did it as far as a roleplay aspect is whatever you spawn in with, the box that you get determines where you put your points at, which means you could spawn in with knuckles and a sledgehammer or something like that, and those are the things that you spec into to just try and, you know, like vary it up.
I guess that's why I didn't spawn in with anything then when I insta-died.
I'm not sure at what level it starts showing up the box, to be honest with you. These are not things that I fully tested out. You essentially won't have to worry about a bedroll or a land claim because those will disappear when you come back anyway. Like, your land claim falls apart. If you have vehicles, whenever you die, your vehicle is unassigned to you. As a matter of fact, I think it might actually disappear. If you have a land claim or a bedroll, it's no longer yours. It's just unclaimed at that point. You are truly a new character. I wish I could make it to where your character actually legitimately looks different every time you spawn in, too. It's almost as if you were playing Project Zomboid or something like that. You don't come back as the same thing. It would get plenty of people to play different styles, yeah. And it makes you play with weapons and stuff that you don't normally play with. I would like to do a... Right now, it comes with a variety of different weapons and stuff like that, but there are certain builds, I guess you could say, if we wanted to call them builds, characters or whatever. There are certain characters that are not represented. A couple of those characters would be like a strict farmer, so the farm tools would actually be their weapons. And have like a contractor spawn in with a nail gun, but the nail gun actually does more damage, that kind of thing. But I have to figure out, not only I know how to create the weapons and make them do more damage and everything, my issue is how to... That's part of the Nearly Dead mod, and I still have not even started digging around in that. Would there be a way to turn off persistent profiles for on the server? Yeah, but that would keep everybody coming back as, like, your first character would be just like you, and then after you die and come back, your character would have changed. Male, female, your characteristics would change, you would actually be a different person coming in.
Yeah, but that would be every time you logged out as well.
Oh. I'm not sure how I feel about that one. Also, I have already adjusted the stickiness, I guess you could say, of the frames, which means they will go further than they should in the base game. Because most of the pathways will be built by those. What was I doing? I was sitting here thinking that I was going to mark this food thing just in case I need it later, but I'm like, but am I going to be back here later? Because this is ground floor. It's a very dangerous place to be. Also, if you find broken bits inside of buildings that they are basically the terrain that is in the wasteland, those are also radioactive. It doesn't matter if they're inside a building. Just consider it the gas has wafted into the building and made it unsafe. I'm trying to figure out places where we can build to. That would be like the best place to... The top of the building would be the best place to start.
So the wasteland's radioactive?
The ground in the wasteland is radioactive, yes.
It's a conspiracy!
I'm sorry, Reaper.
You're already looking at going home, Reaper.
Well, not with clothes, but like it was in a box of stuff. I'm surprised you guys didn't get a box at all, but it might be you have to get to a certain point. Like a certain level before it counts you as high enough to get a box of stuff. Yeah, you keep your levels after you die. You just have to reassign them. Let me know if you spawn in with a box this time. I know, but I'm not sure exactly at what level you should be getting a box. I remember getting a box pretty soon, but... like, after my first death, but I don't know how long it was before I died the first time. I don't know what level I was on. You could leapfrog from stone and metal. I'm not sure that you could leapfrog. The reason I say that is because some...
It did take my pants.
You're teabagging Fluffy.
It took your pants. Uh-huh.
Ooh, where are you?
I wonder if that mod's just not working. We haven't gotten quite high enough yet. Chaplain, I haven't seen you in a minute. How you doing? How's your stuff? How's your things?
Chappy? I hear Chappy.
They're just
Ah.
spawns.
Chappy.
They're tester spawns. They don't have any stuff in them. Ow! Wait.
Hit me. Yep,
Can-
that hurt.
Oh no!
I didn't realize it was on.
PvP is on. Everybody be careful. I seriously thought about making it to where each one of the traders would have different times that they were open instead of having them all open at a specific time. But I was like, I'm not sure. Then you're actually gonna have to write down which trader opens at what time. I guess we should pick one because it's supposed to be nighttime and this is still the city, so it's still gonna be a pain. Wherever we pick, it needs to have a lot of close-in buildings right next to it that we can build to get stuff. One mod you played, they closed at lunch. I just thought it would make it more immersive if all of the traders had like specific times having to do with like their personality. Jen, I imagine she would probably be an early riser and therefore she'd be in the morning. Rect would be like, I don't know, midday-ish because he'd roll out of the bed stinking of whatever it is he gets himself into because he's obviously not using soap. And then, let's see, who else? Just seems like they would have a different time. I think Joel would probably have a normal time. I don't know. I think it would be kind of annoying to try and remember who's at what time. Okay, if we're gonna clear a building, we probably should get in here and clear a building. Yeah, but Rex the farmer, crack of the day? I don't know, he just doesn't seem like he's a very good farmer.
Rex the crack of something.
Yeah. Well, maybe he, like, gets up early in the day, and then he shuts down, and then he opens again. I wonder if you can actually program it to where they open twice and close, you know?
Nice.
Stop!
Why?
Stop!
How you doing? Thank you. I am awake now. I appreciate it. Also, the skill magazines, I do not have anything in here to reuse those, so read those at your own risk. Those do disappear when you die. No, I'm supposed to... There's a mod to create skill magazine papers where you can actually combine it and turn it into whatever book you need. Now, the problem is it takes 10 pages to make one book. You know how many books it takes in order to get any skill leveled. So the best thing you can do is if your character's not utilizing that specific item, stick them in a box for another character. That's the reason why the mod is called Pay It Forward, is what you're leaving for the next character that allows you to progress.